Right, welcome to Professional CV Writing Workshop. Welcome to Professional CV Writing Workshop. Kindly let me know if you can hear me, if you can see my screen. We are live on today's workshop, today's webinar, Professional CV Writing Workshop. Kindly let me know if you can hear me, if you can see my screen. Drop your comment in the chat box. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see my screen. Today we will be going through the practical section, practical aspect of CV writing. We are not going to be giving any kind of theory or we are to talk much. No, today is a full workshop on how we can professionally craft out a CV that can get us the job interview call. The very important of a CV, the most essential aspect of a CV is to get you that job interview call. All right, welcome once again to today's workshop. My name is Mr. Franklin. I'm the lead consultant, Soluma Consulting, which is an aspect of Soluma Institute of Tech and Management. Once again, you are welcome. In this workshop, I bring a blend of experience, a blend of knowledge, and practical expertise. I have practiced human resources management. I have been a process. I have participated in interviews. I have been part of interviews both within and outside the shores of these states and this nation by the grace of God. And like I said, I bring a blend of expertise and experience. I'm going to be dishing us with secrets, some tips that makes your CV to stand out, ranging from the way you format, the kind of settings, how you can format your CV, the words you can use, and how you can present your CV in a professional light. I always say this, I'm a strong believer that a shabby CV will get you a shabby job, whereas a professional CV will get you a professional job. A good CV will get you a good job. All right, I'm seeing someone says I can see your screen and hear you as well. Thank you, Mr. Abdullahi. I really appreciate that. All right. As we proceed, I will want us to drop in the comment section, in the chat section, that will be a guide that will help me to know the areas to help us this morning. What are the challenges? Can you drop in the chat box what are the challenges you face drafting out a CV? Or what are the challenges you think that is making one CV not to really catch the attention of the recruiter? Drop that in the chat box. Also, if you are just joining us, my name is Franklin. I will also encourage you to share this link to as many as possible, especially core members and more particular about these categories of professionals, about these categories of individuals, especially to core members serving, the recent ones serving. Feel free to share this link to their platform. Let them be part of this webinar this morning. This workshop will be a practical workshop. We are going to be starting a CV from scratch, and then we see how it ends and how professional it looks. So go on and drop in the chat box. Let me know what are your most challenging aspects in CV writing. So that will be a guide to be helping us do justice to this course. Whether you like it or not, your CV is the first document, is the first to you. Let me put it that way. Your CV is the first to you that passes interview. If your CV doesn't pass the interview, you are not going to be called. Your CV is the first to you that is being screened. is the first you that is being interviewed. So when recruiters review your CV, they are just interviewing your CV. There are questions your CV needs to answer. Your CV need to answer questions that relates to the interviewer's need. That is why you don't use one CV to apply to all the jobs you are applying for. You need to target your CV. You need to tailor your CV to suit the employer's need, to suit the recruiter's pain point. Get that and get it clear. Your CV, the first point I want us to take home this morning is that your CV is the first to you that passes interview. So if your CV is the first to you that passes interview, can you imagine if you are going for an interview and you dress shabbily? That's what we do when we prepare our CV anyhow. And we prepare our CV shabbily without putting care, without putting a seriousness in crafting our CV. And later some might say, I have sent my CV to many places and nothing to come out from it. No, sir, no, ma. The thing there is that you forgot or you didn't take note that your CV is a representative of you. Your CV is the first we come in contact with before coming in contact with you. So your CV should be crafted in a way that you, when you are going for an interview or you are going for a professional business engagement, you dress very well, you prepare effectively, you rehearse yourself, you check yourself, you do cross-checking, you do research before you go. The same way, sir, the same way, before you craft out your CV, before you draft that CV, research about the job, research about the company, find out what they need. Dress your CV for success. Dress your CVs for success. The same way you are taught to dress for success. Dress your CV for success. Why? Your CV can travel from here to UK, from here to America, from here to Abuja, from here to Ghana, without you stepping an inch from the comfort of your home. Your CV can travel as far as that based on the space we are in, the digital space, the internet space. So if your CV can travel as far as such areas, why not take time? Why not be serious in crafting out that CV so as when the person come in contact with it, the person will say, wow, this is truly a professional. And at the same time, if your CV is to pass through an e.t.c, there is a software called e.t.c where we use to screen CVs. So if it is to pass through e.t.c, the e.t.c will score it high. That is the first thing I want us to get this morning. In this professional CV workshop, I'm not going to be boring on with different tips of CV writing and stuff like that. As we go into the details, as we go into fully writing CVs, we will get into that. Now, having laid this emphasis, if you are still joining us, my name is Franklin. If for those of us in the training group, for those of my students in the training group, I will give just 5 minutes more. Help me go to the group, to the WhatsApp group, drop it in the comment section or in the chat room there. Let them know that we are live. Let them know that we are live. This training, let them know that we are live. Okay. Someone said I haven't crafted a CV yet. I heard that most recruiters nowadays use e.t.c. Yes, applicant tracking system. Yes, most recruiters use that. Thank you. Let me know your challenge in writing CVs. If you are just joining me, drop it in the chat box. Let me know your challenge in writing CVs. Please, those watching me, if you are my student, because this training is strictly for you, go to the group. Let them know we are live. Let them know we are live. This is something that they will need to know. All right, I'm seeing I haven't written a CV before. Beautiful. Today you are going to be taught firsthand, professionally, how to craft out a CV. That is what this class is for. As a beginner, I need a step-by-step guide on how to craft a CV from A to Z that will help me land my dream job. Thank you, Abdullahi. That is what the session is for. That is what this class for. Is targeted to fresh graduates is mostly targeted to the entry job. That's what this webinar is for. However, if you are here, you are also a professional, you will also learn a lot from the CV writing that you can apply in your own CV to craft out your CV for that experienced CV you want to send out. All right. Without much ado, let's move to the next thing that your CV need to do. Your CV need to do this. What the purpose of your CV? When you are crafting out a CV, you need to have at the back of your mind that your CV, my CV, ought to stand out among the rest. That's what your CV ought to do. Your CV ought to stand out among the rest. You are not just to put out a CV that is within the crowd. No, your CV is to stand out from the rest, from the crowd. Stand out. That is the purpose of CV. That is the main purpose of your CV. There are a lot of persons applying. There are a lot of persons sending their CV, but you need to stand out from the crowd. You need to stand out from the crowd if you are to be given the opportunity to be called for the interview. Now, what is a CV? A CV is simple curriculum vitae. There is another aspect that we call resume. They both are the same, but they are not really the same. A resume can also be standing. A resume can stand in as a CV. However, they have slight difference. Let me use this time to talk about that. The slight difference between a CV and a resume. Now, a CV can be more than 2 pages, but a resume is maximum of 2 pages. So when you are asked to submit a resume, when you are asked to send your resume, don't go and send using your CV. Your CV can be more than 2 pages, but however, as a fresh graduate, for an entry role, your CV shouldn't be more than 2 pages for the entry role. But for experienced roles, those who have had 10 years, 5 years, 7 years, 11 years, 15 years experience in the industry, and you are asked to send in your CV can be more than 2 pages. Those jobs they don't really have much CVs to review. That's why your CV can be more than 2 pages, 3 pages, 4 pages, based on your experience, so that you have time to carve out your experiences and your achievements. So why this is important for us, for those entry roles, for fresh graduate CVs, your CV shouldn't be more than 2 pages. Hence, your CV and resume we can say they are the same. They can be the same. Your CV and resume can be the same. However, there are sections in a CV which we will be seeing today that are not really required in resume. In your resume is only interested in your title. The title, we will be getting to know what title of a CV is, your professional summary, your work experience or your professional experience, then your academic qualification and skills. Those are what your resume requires. But your CV requires more than that sections. You can add other things, like if you have received an award, if you have gotten if you have been in a leadership position, if you have written any publication or article, you can bring it in your CV. So when you are asked to send a CV, you are permitted to put in some of these details if you have them. But if it's a resume, just go ahead and focus on your professional experience or work experience, your academic qualifications, and your skill set with your professional summary. These are major difference between a CV and a resume. That's a major difference. A CV follows a chronological order. Mostly we advise in CV to use reverse chronology. That's what we are going to be using in this CV workshop. Reverse chronology. That's the mostly accepted format in CV writing, the reverse chronology. So that's what we are going to be using. I'm not going to bore us with those what types of CVs and that. No, the one we are going to be using is the highly and most recognized and accepted format, which is the reverse chronology. All right, if you are following me so far, can I see your comment in the chat, in the comment box, in the chat box? Let me know you are with me. Let me know you are what I'm with you. Tell me that yes, you are with me. You are with me. If you are getting value in this section, let me know. Drop it in the chat box. Drop it in the chat box so that we will proceed into the practical section. If you are with me, drop it in the chat box so we proceed in the practical section. I'm waiting for our chat. Let it start coming in. So far so good. If you are with me, if you are getting value from this session, drop it in the chat box. Also let your friends know that we are here. After now, I'm going to be starting the live practical. We are going to be taking a CV. I have one of the students here who I'm going to be using her CV. I have permission to use that. All right, someone says I'm with you, sir. Thank you. I have her permission to use that CV, and you have to be here because I will be needing your Eniola. Let me see your chat. If you are here, let me see your chat. You need to be here because I will be asking certain questions that regards to your CV. Let me know. Eniola, you need to be here. If you are here, drop your chat in the box here. I need to see, or I will not use that particular CV because I will need you to be guiding me on some informations that I will be needing. And CV also is not just only for job. Those of us in the management group, please call the attention of Eniola. Let her know that we are live. She is not. I'm not going to be using her CV and be doing this webinar, and she is not here. Please, I will need her presence in this place. Now, CV is not just only for job. CV can also be an avenue to make money. It can also be an avenue to have other source of income. It can also be an avenue to have different aspect of income in order to help people with the service of CV. Persons meet me every now and then, please, and say, I want you to draft out my CV for me, and I charge. And if you must know, I have said it on this platform anywhere, what I charge for CV writing is 15,000. That's what I charge people to craft out their CV for them, professionally targeted and tailored. So it is also an avenue. So you are not just learning this only to write a CV for job seeking or for contract or for proposal. You are also learning it as an avenue to generate source of revenue. It will also be a source of revenue to generate income. So get this, practice it, and then we proceed. All right, I have seen a lot, and with you, sir. All right, beautiful. We are going to be heading straight to Microsoft Word. We are going to be using Microsoft Word in drafting your CV, and it's in that process I will be giving us each section. I will be explaining it as we proceed. This workshop is going to be a minimum of 3 hours workshop, so as we will be able to get everything that we need to get. All right, let's head to our Microsoft Word. Okay, now this is the CV that I will be working with. This CV is one of the students. I'm going to be working on this CV, and at the end of the day, we are going to be getting a very, very professional CV. This is a live webinar. this is a live workshop. So if you are with me, you can go. If you have your PC, as we proceed, go along with me in preparing your own CV as well. And if you have any challenge, feel free to drop your question in the chat box. I'm reading your chats, I'm seeing it, so I will be able to attend your question live here. Any question you have as regards to the CV writing proper. Also, we will have a time for question and answer section in this webinar. Okay, now in writing CV first, the first thing I do is to format my paper size. What size am I going to use? What size do I want to use? So those of us, you already, if you know Microsoft Word, you know that you need to go to this layout, then come to size. I'm going to be making use of A4. The first thing I do in writing CV is to set up the paper size I'm using. So I'm going to be making use of A4. And then I set up my margin. I have, most times, depending on the nature of the CV I'm working on, I select this. I mostly use this margin. So if you are with me, follow me. I mostly use this margin for all of them. That's what I mostly use. That's 0.7, 0.7, 0.7. So this is the margin I mostly use when drafting my CVs, or even for my clients, unless there is a kind of glitch I need to set up. I will now readjust it, but for now I'm going to be working with this margin. So the first thing you do, go to your paper size, select your paper size, which is mostly accepted is A4. Then we have this. The next thing I do is I come to home. I have the client's CV already, I will first say Control A. From Control A, I will make use of the font style. Now there are 3 professional font styles to use for any professional document. The first one is Times New Roman, which is the one I use always. In fact, that's what I use always. Times New Roman. The second one is Area, and the third one is Calibri, the one you are seeing on your screen. So now I'm going to be making use of Times New Roman. So I will select it. Everything here is already in Times New Roman. Now what I do is also, let me do this, and then left alignment. I want every stuff I have here to be left aligned. So this is in the first instance. Now, one of the things you must understand is your CV should follow originality, should follow professionalism. If you are making use of left alignment, ensure that it's left alignment. If it's center aligned, let other sections be in center alignment. All right. Now, having established this, the next thing I will do here is, for this one, I always recommend it to be in cap letter. So I will select it and then put uppercase, and then the font size is, I mostly use from 16 to 22. So for this, I'm going to make use of 20. Now here is, you put, if you know the number of street, maybe number so this avenue, you put it. That's why I need Eniola to be here to be guiding me on stuff like this. Is okay. Now, having gotten that, your address, your contact address, what we mean by your contact address is your physical address. Like here is K2 Lagos, that's your physical address. What is here is your digital address, how we can get you in the digital space, either via phone call or through your email. So your address is what will be here. Now, and then here I will put something like this. mobile number excuse me, and then let me take this to this place. All right, now mobile number, that should do it. Then I press my tab and then email. Now in your email, like this email is okay. So those of us with me, your email must be a professional email or a standard email, not this email like Nancy Sexy or Amy the Dawn or stuff like that. Those kind of email, they are not really professional. We don't appreciate such email. Now when you see stuff like this, you see that there is a lot of space here. That's where those of you in data processing, I have shown you why I use that. So you see what I will do here. I will say remove space. So that comes into an alignment. Now if you have a LinkedIn account, you can as well add your LinkedIn account here, or you add it here if it will accommodate it. You add your LinkedIn profile here, and this all right. Now the title bar, the title of your CV comprises of your name, your physical address, and your digital address. Let's put it that way. It comprises of your physical address, your digital address. Now I'm going to the next aspect, which is important depending on the recruiter's requirement. Please, this place is depending on what is written in the job advert. That's why your CV, you must target your CV to a job, to a role, and maybe you saw an advert or you get a recommendation from someone. Target your CV. Now if they said that they are looking for a young vibrant graduate, or not the age not more than 26 years, not more than 28 years, not more than 30 years, if they give specification requirement that the person must not be more than 30 years, then that means here you will have to put either your date of birth or age. Mostly, sometimes I put age, sometimes I put date of birth. So here let me remove space before paragraph. So here now I can put age, okay. Now I can put age. So I'm just assuming I don't know the person's age. I just put here 24. Someone is saying the screen is not really visible. Are you sure? Please, can other person confirm this statement? Someone is saying the screen is not really visible. Is it your network or my own? Because from what I'm having here, I think I'm able to see it. You can increase the quality of your visualization. Go to the YouTube you are using. Just increase the quality. I think that might be the challenge you are having there. I think so. That might be the challenge. Let me also zoom it in a bit so that we can have a kind of better view. So just go ahead, check your quality aspect of your YouTube you are using, and then let me know, please. I need us to get that check. Someone say I can see it clearly, sir. Okay, Leonard, Eniola, thank you for joining me now because I will be needing your attention. So someone said it's blurred. Check the quality of your video. Go to the settings on that YouTube. Check the quality. If it's 360p, you can increase it to, let's say, 480 or 7 something, so that it can be a bit clear. Someone have confirmed it's clear. Okay, if you can see it clearly now, please let me know so that we proceed. The beauty of it is that virtually all of us gets to understand and follow me as I do this. This is something I already know. So Eniola, please drop in the chat box, give me the full address for this place, this physical address. Give me the full address, whatever one, so okay, to what is off this or by so street. Just give me a kind of full address. All right, I have done the quality settings. All right, I believe you can be able to see it clearly now. I believe you can be able to see it. Okay, now if, like I was saying, if the recruiter requires a specific age, ensure you put your age. If the recruiter requires a specific age, ensure you put your age. Thank you for that feedback. I can see it clearly now, sir. All right, beautiful. If the recruiter requires a particular age, then you can put your age. If not, it's not needed. It's not necessary. If the recruiter requires a certain gender, if they say female needed for gender balance or male needed for gender balance, then you put your gender. These ones are based on requirement. Please get this. They are based on requirement. You can now put your gender. However, another tip I always give is this: if you know there are some positions that are gender sensitive, for example, you are applying for a position of a secretary, a position of a receptionist, you know those positions, customer service representative, that are said that kind of indirectly they are gender sensitive, and you know that your gender can be an advantage to you, because the CV is anything that can serve as an advantage that will help to make you get the job interview call is what you need to use. So if it's a position that you notice, you know that from demography, from research, or from data, is mostly, this position is mostly females that occupies this position, and in other words, that is kind of indirectly, not that the recruiter put it as per gender, but indirectly is gender sensitive, then, and you are female, you put it there. Or is a position that is kind of male is almost male that occupies that position, you can go ahead and put your gender as male. So that is the two areas I recommend. At the same time, if the recruiter did not say a particular age limit, but in their job description they are saying, or job in description and requirement, they are saying we need young, innovative and vibrant graduate of this, and you fall within the age of 24, the age of 25, 26, you should put your age, because that alone, they have already mentioned the category or the demography of employees they need as regards to that job position. So remember these things. All right, I have seen what you drop. Thank you, and we'll be doing justice to that. All right. Okay, then once we get this set, that is it. Lagos State. Now I need to state this: if you are using the CV for an academic scholarship, you are sending it outside the shores of this nation, you can then put comma and then put Nigeria. But will not do that. I will stop at Lagos State. Okay, now there's also another area in this title of a CV where I talk about marital status. And I will explain the aspect that you might have to use it. This is also optional. If the employer says the person he or she needs is someone that is single, you put your marital status single. If they said they need married persons, you put your marital status if you are married. However, if they didn't specify any, then don't put it. Also, if you notice that some jobs are jobs that are mostly for single persons, and in other words, based on the nature of the job, you have scanned and seen that most persons on that position, they are mostly singles, and you know that you are single, that can also be an advantage for you. Go ahead and put your marital status. Very, very important. Go ahead and put your marital status. If you know that from experience, let's say PA, personal assistant, from my research, from my experience, personal assistants in most organizations that requires traveling, that you will be traveling with the manager, with the CEO, that you will be traveling with the managing director, with the CEO, that you will be having to go through a traveling, lodge, stay like 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 days in a hotel, and that most CEOs prefer employing single persons due to that traveling stuff, so that it won't be a challenge between someone that is married, maybe she and her husband, or he and his wife, they are having challenges due to too many travels of recent and stuff like that. So for that, most CEOs, most employers prefer employing a single person, so that the person will not have any challenge of any stuff of that nature. If tomorrow we are moving, or an emergency came up now, and the CEO calls you and said, prepare, we are leaving by 5 this evening, we are traveling by 5 this evening, we are traveling by 4 this evening, it will not really be a huge challenge for the person. So jobs like that mostly require single persons to be employed. And if it's something you are applying for and you know you are single, feel free to include your marital status. All right, I guess we are getting that aspect. Okay, the next thing we have that settles the aspect of our title for the CV. This is what comprises of your title in a CV. These ones, remember I said these ones are optional depending on the job and the requirements of the job. All right, now the next thing we go to is what we tag as a professional summary. Professional summary. Now, what's a professional summary? Professional summary is where you craft out, you summarize your person, you summarize your professional experience. When we say your professional experience, that also includes your academic experience. That also includes your IT experience, your internship experience for entry graduates. That also includes the skills you have. That also includes some experiences you might have had. If you don't really have any related experience, then you focus on your skills, you focus on your knowledge, you focus on your soft skills, your personalities you have as regards to the position. Now, when you look at this, I like what I'm seeing here: reliable employee with energetic and educational professional with over 2 years of experience of impacting knowledge. Now, this particular statement is very good for a CV that is tailored to an education industry. If is for education industry where you are applying to be a lecturer, a teacher, let me use the word, let's say you are applying to teach whether with an institute or with a school, a secondary school, a college, you are applying to do that, you can use a professional summary within this stuff. But if you are applying for a business establishment and you carve out your professional summary in a way that it suits the employer. So this is the first aspect that every recruiter looks at. This is the first aspect every ATS is programmed to check. ATS is programmed to check your professional summary. ATS is also programmed to check your work history, your work experience. ATS is also programmed to check your academic qualifications, your skills, your certifications. So in this aspect, for this particular CV, I'm going to be walking us through on how to craft out your professional summary. Now, your professional summary has to include your skills. It has to include your experience with some level of achievement. For entry roles, you might not have really much achievement, but for experience roles, you need to put the achievements you have had summarized in summary, like we call it professional summary. It's a summary, it's something summarized. So, and this shouldn't be more than maximum. I don't even like reaching 6 lines. So if for us here, it shouldn't cross 5 lines. Let's say maximum 5 lines for us. For experienced persons, it's maximum you can take 6 lines. For experienced persons, if you are with me in this webinar, for experienced persons, it's maximum 6 lines. For us fresh graduates, for those fresh graduates, please, maximum 5. If you can make it 4 straight to the point, 4 straight to the point, that will be awesome. That will be beautiful. So I'm going to be fine-tuning this professional summary. When persons come to me, I tell them I don't use AI to write CVs. And please, I want to warn you, don't use AI to write CV, because softwares can dictate AI. ATS can dictate an AI-oriented CV. So don't go about and take your work and give it to AI to write, and then you take it like that and off you go. However, AI can give you tips. AI can generate information for you that you can now use to leverage to fine-tune your CV, use your own knowledge, and then fine-tune it to what you need. However, I don't use AI to write CV because it's what I have been into. But for us, you can just ask AI for information. You can just ask AI, okay, help me write professional summary as regards to this and this. When it gives it to you, then you can now tweak it. You can now tweak it to fit the position you are applying for, and at the same time make it to be human friendly. So your CV must appear to be human friendly and ATS friendly. So when ATS read that this CV is AI oriented, then the ATS will flag it red. Please take note of that. So whenever you get information from AI, maybe you ask ChatGPT and the ChatGPT gives you information. I'm not against that, but I'm against you taking that hook, line and sinker, taking it, uploading it directly into your CV without you now changing the mode, changing the English, why it retains the information you are looking for, why it retains the information you want to send across. That is what you need to know. I'm not against you asking ChatGPT. You might have not gotten to the level where I have been writing CV for clients, for persons for over 5-7 years now. They are about those that know me know. So if you will not really come to that level where you can easily bring out what professional summary it should be. But when you ask ChatGPT or some AI softwares, please tweak it and change it. I know why I'm emphasizing on this. Most people are not called for their interviews because the CV looks good in their hands. It look powerful, but it's AI oriented, it's AI generated. And when they send it, it's being dictated that this is 70% AI, 90% AI, some even 100% AI. I have seen a CV, when it passes through check, it was scanned, it was dictated 100% AI. The person just give the AI information, the AI generate the CV from A to Z, and the person forward it like that. Please don't fall for this particular trend. It will not take you anywhere. I know that for sure. Okay, now let's look at what we can talk about in professional summary. Now, for professional summary, your first three words in professional summary is important. Also, I need to say this, I need to emphasize on this. In your CV, there is no need of having, like we saw here, profile and career objective. No, for job related, is either you use only professional summary or you use only career objective, where you are talking about your career growth, your career line, what you want to be, the area you want to focus. Is either you use professional summary or you use career objective. Don't go and say profile and then career objective. No, choose one. But what we mostly recommend that professionals use is this aspect we refer to as professional summary. This is highly recommended. And in crafting your professional summary, the first three words are very important. You are writing your professional summary as a copy. Make it look as if it's a copy. Is something, when I mean copy, we as a copyright, if you are copywriting, you know what I'm trying to say. Make it persuasive, make it intriguing, and then straight to the point. No filler words. If filler words are what we can say unrelated words. No filler words. It's a summary, straight to the point, persuasive, professional, intriguing, insightful, straight to the point. No filler words. So the first three words is important, and the first three words you need to study the job advert or the requirement. If they say they need a reliable, or they need innovative, or they need detail-oriented individuals that can fit into this position and this position, let your first three words be in line with the kind of personality the company, the recruiter is looking for. Please, this is very, very important. It's very, very important. And when I write professional, please ensure that you have computer skill. I have emphasized it. I'm also going to emphasize it again. Ensure you have computer skill. You don't go and say, I don't know, I don't have. Put as the basic is the Microsoft Office. I have said that to us sometime, many times. The basic is the Microsoft Office. Basic. Microsoft Office. That's Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. That's the basic. That's the basic for every graduate. You shouldn't have anything less than that. You shouldn't have anything less than that. So for this CV now, let's quickly proceed. I can use here. I can say. I can put here Okay, let me change what I have here. I think I should have this. All right. Now I can put here for this particular CV I'm looking at from here. Let me check the things. Okay. All right. Social study. Okay. Now, if I'm to follow this CV, I can say highly resourceful, highly resourceful, let me use the one he has here. Energetic, very, very good. Highly resourceful, energetic, and detailed, because it's a teaching stuff. You need to be detail oriented. Graduates, no need of mentioning your course. Detail oriented graduates with, unless, now let me say this, unless the course of your study, unless what you read in school is an advantage to what you are applying for. For example, if the school is looking for a graduate in social studies or any other related field, now you are getting what I'm saying now. If the school or the institution is looking for a graduate in social studies or any other related field, and you studied social studies, then you can put it here: highly resourceful, energetic, and detail-oriented detail-oriented social studies graduate. That is what you can put. But if you apply maybe for personal assistant, customer service personnel, these different managerial roles or different administrative role positions and what have you, you can just put highly resourceful, energetic, and detail-oriented graduate with a strong foundation or strong background. But let me use foundation. With a strong background or foundation in Microsoft Office, Now the person I'm writing this CV for, I know her. So with this, I will put this what am I writing? Human resource management. Then you can put the short form of it if you want. This is optional. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't use it. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't use it. Then comma, and project management. Then now full stop. Also proficient in customer relationship management, also proficient in customer relationship management, in brackets, CRM software, Let me make this a CapCut. All right. Also proficient in customer relationship management software and skilled in leadership. Communication. I will explain why these soft skills are important. Communications and interpersonal relation. Okay, this is telling me that something needs to be here. Okay. Interpersonal relation. Now, the first 3 lines of this have been able to send a message to the persons that this person it has a strong foundation with the basic of office. Also, he's vast in human resources. She is vast in human resources. Also, project, even as regards to customer relationship management. So with this, even with the softwares and stuff like that, that also would have caught the attention of the interviewers. Please confirm if you can hear me. Please confirm if you can hear me. Confirm if you can hear me. Confirm if you can hear me, if I'm audible enough. I think I'm having some kind of challenge in my network. Okay. Just give me a few seconds. I think I'm trying to... Okay. I'm having a bit of challenge in network. I'm not sure. Please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see my screen. I'm trying to have... Please let me know. I'm having kind of a bit of network glitch. If you can hear me, if you are still with me here, let me know, please. All right. Okay. And I think I'm seeing your... And you say you can hear me. Let me say I can hear you, sir. Okay. All right. Beautiful. I'm having a bit of a challenge in network. Beautiful. Okay. Now let's proceed. Now, the first 3 lines here have already set a message. The kind of person this person is a resourceful, energetic, detail-oriented. Also, is someone that has a good foundation in Microsoft Office. Also, is trained in human resources, project management, can use the HR software. Is also good, skilled in leadership, communication, and interpersonal skills. Now, let me say this. There are 6 skills I recommend every graduate to have on his or her CV. In his or her CV, 6 skills. I strongly recommend that. If you have heard me speak in functions in different platforms on the issue of CV writing, you would have known this. there are 6 skills that have to reflect on your CV. Number 1 is ICT skill, non-negotiable. We are in the digital age, we are in the computer age, is non-negotiable. Every job is tech-wise now. There are different jobs now have the computer aspect to which makes the job easier. So companies want you to do more, achieving more within the less time you have. So ensure you have the tech skill, leverage on it. If you don't have it, go and acquire tech skill. That's the basic. The minimum is Microsoft Office. Then managerial skill is the skill number 2. Number 1 is ICT skill. Number 2, managerial skill. I highly recommend that. Skills like we can see human resources, project management, communication management, customer relationship, So as we can see that, then after managerial skill, number 3 is communication skill. Communication skill is highly needed. Communication skill is highly needed in virtually every aspect of our lives. Not just job, not just positions, not just working with companies. Is highly needed virtually in every aspect of our life. Then you need leadership skills. That's number 4, leadership skill. Number 5, interpersonal skill. And then number 6 is team playing skills. Team playing skills. That's number 6, team playing. Number 6, team playing. Now these 6 skills, I strongly recommend these 6 skills to be on your CV. If you don't have them, go and develop them. Is something I strongly recommend. If you don't have them, build on them. Develop your leadership skill, ability, communication ability, interpersonal ability, and then you can take it off from there. But among these 6 skills I mentioned, is only like 2 of them that requires you to show proof. That requires a kind of proof, not that is a must, a kind of proof to show, especially managerial skill. It will require you to show your certificate. The certificate as a HR, your certificate as a project manager, or as a customer relationship personnel, or certificates as a tech person. It most likely requires you to show proof. So but communication skill, leadership skill, interpersonal skill, these are soft skills. They are personal related skills. Okay, now then after this aspect, you can now top it up with saying experienced in managing tasks. Experience in managing tasks. Okay, kindly let me